John here, Hot Rods in the Woods, with another video on the old gasser. So what I'm doing today, if you watched a few days ago, I made up these brackets for the tilt front end, and now it's time to cut. So I haven't cut this side yet, but I went ahead and destroyed this side to get it so it flips up properly. Now what I'll do when I'm done is I'll re-support the bottom piece there and then close that so there's not air and water going up inside my door. And we'll make this all work with a set of hydraulics, hopefully, that will open her up. So I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and put it on time lapse, and I'll cut this side and you'll get to see what happens next. So stand by. All right, so got both sides cut. Sadly, you have to cut them in an angle like that so that it comes up and doesn't interfere. And this will go up and not hit the door. So I do have to go up a little bit here, forward just a little here to match my gaps. And then we should be set to go. So it's just a matter of figuring out the nose, getting it level and square, and then mounting my brackets. Let me get that laid out and we'll start videoing that as well. We have a problem. As you can see, I've got the bracket roughed in, and the problem is it interferes with the front of the bumper. I took one piece out of the top of the grill, but we have a clearance issue right here, and it's just barely, but it's enough. The problem I have is I've already raised the front of the hood up to where it actually was supposed to be. I never realized when I put the tilt front end together the other way that I had it about 1.5 inches too low. So now that I have it up in the air where it should be, I still have a clearance problem flipping to the front. I don't know how I'm going to cure that. I may end up shaving some of this tin out from underneath, but it's about 1/4 inch off, and I just am not sure how to go about it. I have my help showing up here in a little bit. We'll flip it back over, and I may just plasma cut a notch out of the bottom of the upper trim right here, right at the front, so that it'll roll around that bumper. I just don't know for sure. I've got plenty of clearance up in here all the way across, and it even acts like it will clear here, but not so much on this side. And yes, I measured from the floor to the frame rails. I measured, made sure everything was level and square. And it wouldn't surprise me if when they bolt the bumper on, they didn't bolt it a little different. But there's no way to adjust, so I'm just stuck at this point. So anyway, we're getting closer. Hopefully I can get this thing hydrauliced up by Wednesday. My goal is to have this flipping up and down on Wednesday and be driving this thing as much as possible for the entire month of May. So stick around, we'll figure this out, and I'll be back. Pretty good looking hat, huh? John here, Hot Rods in the Woods, with a update on the gasser. So I've had a few issues, but we're getting on it. I had found another grill, and I've had to take the two apart to make 2/3 of one. Sadly, I can't go higher. Originally, it had another piece on top, but it will not clear the hood assembly. If I back on up, you'll see that there is quite a gap. It kind of looks like a monster with only 2 fangs. But the side is straight. And apparently all the time I had the front end set up wrong originally, because I had it down about another inch and a half in the front. I don't know what I'm going to do to fill that gap. I may be able to put something on the top where it flips. But in the meantime, this piece goes in here like that. So it's still got quite a gap on the top of it. There's really not much I can do. There's pieces missing, and they are virtually impossible to find. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that. In the meantime, since I've done that, I also, let me throw you on the pedestal quick. Give me just a second. This is not going to be a high-tech editing job. Stand by. I dropped my nut. And I didn't put my microphone on, so the quality of sound might suck. I'm kind of under a time crunch right here, so just trying to get something going so that you can see I haven't totally abandoned doing videos. So here's the major difference. The major difference is that I can grab it right here and flip the nose up. Now, I don't have the hydraulics set up yet, but she goes up, she stays up. I could use just a prop rod, but it works. What I did here was I left the original pins in because I'm not doing body work as of yet. I added a little support here to lock it in the back to keep my gap right, and then I put just a little piece of rod. It's 3/16 rod that I threaded the ends just to hold this solid so that it lines up with this piece. Then I just got some 1/8" rubber. It's kind of like door edge molding, but it's rubber and it's glued on both sides. I got it for 1/8", which worked out really well. So there's that. Then I went ahead and used these original holes, and the hole is terrible. Matched up with up there so that I can lock it down. Still got some shavings and stuff to clear up. But thus far, everything works. I'm going to start playing with the hydraulics. You can see that this grill sets even with that. I'm going to grab the other piece and I'll show you. If you ever come across one of these in a field, please let me know. I would love to purchase a few parts. The problem is they didn't make a lot. Well, I've lost it. I don't know where it went. They didn't make a lot of them, and parts are virtually impossible to find. So that's where we are. I'm 3 days behind. Today is the 3rd. I just now got all of this situated so that it poured earlier. It looks like it's probably going to rain again here in a bit. So tomorrow will be her maiden voyage with the new front end and everything. It works really well. It's more solid. I've got these huge braces. It's overkill. I mean, I used a 5/8 bolt to bolt it to the pivot. I still want to get my hydraulics on, but I'll do that. I just got to get driving the car. So now I got time to fiddle onto the best part. What do you think of that? That's my new door panel my wife made. They are truly beautiful. Matches the copper on the car. The seat is in. The other seat's in. Door panel's in. I vacuumed yesterday. You'd never know it. I got to do it again. But, so, I've got to do some weather stripping. Sorry, I haven't done any videos where I'm actually working on it. I've just been running around in circles trying to do anything I can. I did take this door handle completely apart to try and make it work. I can now lock it and unlock it. And, but I'm amazed that she did such a great job with these. The seats, we can't do much more with these seats. They're just cheap seats that were for dune buggies back in the 70s. And as you saw in the video before, I cut them in half and widened them. I'd love to have something like this in it, but I just can't do it because the backrests are literally against the back hump. The seat, you can see the ridge right here. That's the original ridge for the back seat that is on the rear end hump. So there's nothing you can do. You can't go back any farther, so I can't move the seats back. So the only way to get any leg room at all was to use these really narrow back seats. We puffed them full of foam in the front so they're comfortable, but they're tough to upholster. They were Mickey Mouse to begin with, and I may end up making something else. I don't know. I'm going to try and get a console done before the Hot Rod Power Tour. I do need cup holders. I need some sort of a little tray just to throw a little bit of stuff in. I got to mount my speakers somehow. But boy, has the list changed, huh? It's a little different from, well, boy, now we're starting to get her tightened up. So this should be the year. Transmission works good. Everything's working. She isn't getting any more rusty because she hadn't been outside, but the Bondo's peeling in places, and, well, she's a rough old girl. We'll see if she makes it this year. There might be some big changes coming for the winter, but in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and take these back off so that I can put a weather strip here, which means if the tire is blowing dirt, dust, and rain up in there, I can keep the inside of the car dry. There is a weather strip here, but I don't need it blowing in there either. So there you go. That's it for right this minute. Keep your eyes out. I'll be posting some other stuff here pretty soon. Have a great day.